Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Over the Rainbow. So my channel is all about learning how to develop psychic abilities, and each video I make is to help you be able to read people's energies and develop your intuition. So today we're going to be talking about spirit guides and angels, and what are they, the who, what, when, where, how. So I'll start off with angels. Angels, so they are very important to communicate with, because these are the beings you're communicating with in order to read people's energies, or to even do a reading on yourself with what you need help with, or a yes or no question. Is this person good for me? Should I go for this job? What should I do in order to get this job? Whatever it is that you need help with, these are the people that can help you. The only thing is that they cannot intervene in your life unless you ask. Unless it's a life-threatening situation, they will intervene, but otherwise they cannot do anything until you ask. So it can be something as small as trying to find your keys or help to start your car. They can help with relationships, they can help with, getting that job, or anything to do with career, or even just like small day-to-day things, as I said, trying to find your keys, or help with getting a creative idea. And so they can also come in forms of numbers. Synchronicities is seeing a certain number over and over again. So the most common one is 1111 or 111, and that is what I have started to see. It has taken me a year and a half to be able to see synchronicities in numbers, and it's not something that you need to go out looking for. It will naturally just come your way, and you'll just naturally start being aware of these numbers. And so these numbers are coming in forms of, like, when I look at the microwave, it will say 1111 or 111. I'll look at my phone, it will say 111. And even through phone calls, I've had phone calls that go for an hour and 11 minutes. It's really cool. And in order to be able to read people's energies, you need to be able to develop a relationship with angels and your spirit guides. So it really is just taking a minute or two out of your day, in your morning or before you go to bed. You do not have to say a prayer. You can just talk to them how you talk to a friend, and just say, I want to be able to form a relationship with you. Let's start talking on a daily basis. Please, or you can say, please help me with this relationship or this job, or please help me create an idea for this certain project, or please help me find a hobby that I could be interested in to start doing. But always say for your highest good. So a perfect example of this is if you ask to help you with meditation. If you don't say, please help me clear my mind so I can then meditate better, if you don't say for your highest good, you could end up being in some sort of accident which forces you to be at home, so forces you to stop working so you can be at home and you have nothing to do but to meditate. So always, whatever you're asking for, even if it's help with a relationship or a creative idea, always say for your highest good. So they don't communicate the way we do. They don't talk to you the way they do. Though if you do develop your clairaudience, that may happen. But otherwise, they come in forms of epiphanies. So ideas, epiphanies. You may even see a book. A book might drop off the shelf, and you'll be like, this is the book I've been looking for. Or maybe just a book that's going to help you along your way. Could even come in forms of seeing a billboard, Nike, just do it. if it's something that you've been thinking, should I, shouldn't I, and then you see a Nike billboard that says just do it, that could be a sign. Again, you don't really have to go consciously like looking out for, is that the sign, is that the sign? If it will naturally come your way. You can ask for signs for your spirit guides and your angels to know that they are there. So my sign is a kookaburra. When I need physical evidence that they are around me, I'll say, please show me a kookaburra, which is an Australian native bird. And so it may not happen straight away. It could take a couple of days, even a week, for that to show up. But just know that it won't always come in a form of the actual bird, or if you're wanting like a butterfly to be your sign, or a rainbow, sometimes it may not be the actual rainbow or the feather or the butterfly. It could be someone wearing a top that you're passing down the street that has a butterfly or a rainbow on it. It can come in all different shapes and forms. So another thing to know is that angels, they don't have a gender. So when people have said stories about seeing angels and they say it's a male or a female, they don't have a gender, but they will always come to you in a form that you can understand. And even with messages, it will always come in a way that works for you. They know your likes and your dislikes. And I say that in a non-creepy way, but they know what works for you. And so whatever you need help with, it will come in a way that you will notice it. And so you just need to trust they are there, because if you start doubting, that is your ego mind getting in the way, and then it's going to hinder your spiritual development and even reading people's energies. Because when you are reading people's energies, if you start doubting what you're getting, you're like, oh, actually, is that right? Isn't it? You just need to trust what you're getting is true. And so you can even do guided meditations in order to communicate with your guides and your angels. Guided meditations is really great to start tuning in and to start learning how to communicate with them. Or you can just sit silently as well and, start asking what their name is. And again, it's just a matter of clearing your mind, getting rid of your egoic thoughts, and whatever name comes to mind, that is the name of your spirit guide or angel. So we were all born with a main guide and a main spirit guide, and an angel. Some angels and spirit guides come and go, but there's one guardian angel and one spirit guide that stays by your side from birth until you pass over. And angels more so with spirit guides, but actually, no, I'll talk about spirit guides soon. With angels, they are archangels who have a certain job role. So when you are asking for something specific, you can call on that certain archangel, and you can read During Virtue books. She has a whole book on angels. Actually, I have one here. It's called Healing with the Angels, but she talks about specifically what each archangel does. So if you call upon that specific archangel, they will come and help you. They do not tire out, so you don't have to worry about asking too much of them, because they do not tire out. And they are multi-dimensional beings, so they can be in multiple places at the same time, working with multiple people. Again, it's just all about trust. You can help them with eating better. You can help them with relationships, career-wise, anything possible. Anything you can possibly think of, they can help with. So as I said, you have your archangels who have specific job roles that they can help you with. And then you just have the general angels, and the general angels work for the archangels, but they help with more day-to-day things, with helping you start your car, or helping you find your keys, helping you with an epiphany of an idea. They are energy beings. They're orbs, like little floating balls of energy beings. And you'll actually come across even videos of, I came across a video of this woman filming because she could see the orbs, and her mother was passing away, and all of a sudden all these orbs just started floating in, coming in and out, and they were helping with her mother passing over. So it was really cool to see, actually. It's so beautiful. And when you do start communicating with them on a regular basis, you'll start seeing sparks of light. It's really cool, and it will just start naturally happening. I see sparks of light all the time, and it's really beautiful, and that's just them showing you that they are there. And so it takes time. I mean, you need to start communicating with your spirit guides and your angels not on a daily basis, but try to communicate with them maybe like every second day, and just, for a minute or two, just start talking to them like they're a friend, and just say, when you want to develop a relationship with them and communicate with them more so. And once you start communicating with them more, your tuning into them will be so much easier and so much faster as well. You'll start noticing what's your ego thoughts and what are your spirit guides and your angels, and you'll start seeing synchronicities far easier too. So when you are talking to them, you don't have to say a prayer. You can just talk to them like you do a friend. It doesn't have to be formal in any kind of way. And It can be said in your mind or out loud. Some people find that saying things out loud rather than in the mind really throws more energy into what you're saying with what you need help with, or whatever it is that you're asking for, and so it will come back to you faster and quicker. And just know that sometimes when you are asking for help with whatever thing it is, if it's not meant for you, it's not going to happen, and that's only because it's not for your highest good. Sometimes when you are asking for help, sometimes things need to fall apart for things to come back together. And so an example of something that I had asked for the angels to have help with that didn't come true, or something just very small, I just asked to go to this grocery shop and to get there before it closed so I could get these in certain ingredients, because I was going to my parents' house to cook dinner. And this little grocery shop only has these ingredients. The supermarket doesn't have it. And so, yeah, I asked to get there before it closed, and I got there and it was closed. And I was wondering why, because I had asked the angels to help me with this and it didn't happen. So I ended up having to change my plans of what I was going to cook for my family, and end up having just to go to the general supermarket. So found this, new meal I was going to create, went home and realized my grandparents were over. And I realized that if I had have cooked the original meal I was going to cook, I wouldn't have had enough food to go around, where with the ingredients I did buy with this new meal I was going to cook, I had enough for it to feed everyone. So that's just a small example of how something didn't turn out but was for my highest good. So when you do need help with something, or even just everything to do in your life, just say, angels and spirit guides, I surrender for my highest good. Please help me realign with my life purpose. I surrender. And then this jigsaw puzzle will just start coming together, okay? As I said, things may fall apart, but sometimes they need to fall apart in order for something bigger and better to come along and to be in alignment with your life purpose and to make you happy. Also, another way to communicate with your spirit guides is through oracle cards. I have a Doreen Virtual Archangel oracle card, and it was the very first oracle card deck I got. I didn't even know what archangels were at the time, but I picked up, I was like, yeah, I'll try this one. And so, you can ask a question with anything, like, is this person right for me? Should I go for this job? Whatever it is. And so ask it, and then shuffle your oracle cards. Always say for my highest good. And so I wait until a card falls out, and then that's my answer. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, and sometimes it won't. It will make sense maybe at the end of the day, or at the end of the week, or the end of the month. So just hold on to that card, put it on, your bedside table or something. It will eventually make sense, okay? So another way in order to help bond with your spirit guides and your angels is you need to raise your frequency. And what I mean by that is you can't be in a state of frustration, irritation, anger. They are lower frequencies, and you're not going to be able to tune into your environment. You're not going to be aware of the messages you are getting because you're so stuck in what has made you angry, irritable, and frustrated. So you need to elevate your emotions to being happy, joyful, being grateful. And when you are in that state, remember a time when you have been in that state and you're just so much more aware of your environment and the thoughts that are coming to mind. So in order to be able to feel and hear and see your guides is by raising your vibration to be happy and joyful. That is going to get you so much quicker to the answers that you are seeking. And I guess another thing that, I had always wondered was, can you call upon help for somebody else? Yes, you can, definitely. The only thing is, though, when you are asking for help for somebody else, they need to be aware of the epiphanies and the ideas and the sensations they are getting and the signs and symbols. If they are a person who is quite lower in frequency, a more depressed, more of an angry person, they're not going to get those signs and the help that their angels are projecting onto them. They're not going to see it, they're not going to feel it, they're just not going to get it. So you definitely can help ask for help to better that relationship with that person for your highest good if you're in a relationship with that person, and through you may be able to help them, but it's very hard for them to get the help they need because they're on such a lower frequency. But if it is someone that is injured or something that needs urgent help and you call upon help, it will come. So why don't they communicate the way we do? They are in another dimension. They communicate differently. They are energy beings. They're not physical humans. They don't talk the way we do to our friends and family. They project images. They're all mental, or sensations. So they will give you, when you're doing a reading on someone and it's a yes or no question, what I get is I'll either get like a mental image of the word yes or no. Otherwise, I'm now starting to feel physical sensations in my body. So when something is a yes and I'm doing a reading on them, I'll get excitement and just joy and butterflies in my stomach. Where if it's a no, I feel more flat than anything. So they will communicate that way as well. And you just need to trust they are there. If you don't trust they are there, it's your ego getting in the way and it's going to hinder your psychic abilities. You just need to trust they are there. And it's very hard when you are at the beginning of developing these abilities and at the start of your spiritual awakening. But it's just with time and with practice and just communicating with them on a daily basis that it will naturally start happening. You will naturally start being sensitive to your environment and to the energy shifting of when your guides will be able to feel if your guides are there or not there. It will just happen over time. Okay, don't try to fast track, because if you try and fast track it, or if you try too hard, it's not going to happen and you're just going to hinder yourself. Okay, so now spirit guides, they can either be a passed over loved one or a friend. It can even be someone that you knew from a past life. A spirit guide is always someone that you knew. Okay, and what they did in their life here on earth is whatever they know or learnt from being on the earth plane is what they will help you with on the other side when they are working with you. Sometimes they may be with you for a short period of time. As I said, there is one spirit guide that sticks with you from birth till you pass over. And you have a whole team of spirit guides that will work in each department of your life. So again, same as your angels, start communicating with them on a daily basis. And just say guides and angels. You can speak to them at the exact same time. I mean, like with your guides and your angels. And so one may work with you in your career department, your relationship department, through getting creative ideas. And some may stay with you for a long period of time, some only for a short period of time. If you have developed your clairaudience enough, they will have different accents. I had an Indian spirit guide, and she was from my past life. So I heard like more of an Indian accent. And again, I've never had clairaudience. It's just something that I've started to develop. And I did get a psychic reading. I've had a few actually, and apparently my grandfather is my spirit guide. And so that's really awesome to know. So sometimes you may have spirit guides that will leave you all at the same time, and then a new team will come in. You'll always have spirit guides with you. And again, ask for a sign such as a feather, a rainbow, a bird, whatever it is that you can think of. Ask for that as your sign to know that they are there, okay? And again, the same as with your angels, do spirit guided meditations in order to help you find out who they are, why they're there, what their name is, or you can just sit quietly in meditation and just start talking to them, say, please help me be able to feel your presence. And then you may feel the slightest wind going past your face or on your arm or something. Automatic writing is another great way to tune into your spirit guides. I will make another video on what automatic writing is, but that is another great way to channel your guides too. And I said in my last video about this book called Opening to Channel. It's a step-by-step guide in knowing how to communicate and how to channel with your spirit guides and knowing that they're there and how to sense that they are there. So get onto that book. That book is really good. I think it's by Sanaya Dunn. So when you are doing readings on people and you're developing your intuition, that is your spirit guides and your angels communicating with you through sensations, through clairvoyance, through clairsentience is sensation. So again, just know that they are there, and that when you are getting an intuitive feel for something, that is them. If you have like a yes or no question, as I said before, ask it out loud or mentally what your question is to your spirit guides, and then sense like what you're feeling. Do you get any like adrenaline going through your body? Do you get butterflies in your stomach? Do you feel like a sense of excitement, or is it just flat, like you're just not getting anything? Because that will determine a yes or no. And it's just sitting there and just mentally clearing your thoughts and just tuning in. It won't happen, it may not happen straight away, it may take like a few goes. Sometimes I do find it hard to tune into when I am asking them what it is that I need to know today, but sometimes it could just be, just enjoy the day, just be happy, or tune into your clairaudience more today, or go for a walk around the block today. It could be something as simple as that. It doesn't have to be something, you know, crazy or big. So I hope I have answered all of your questions. If you do have any more questions regarding this video, just write it in the comment section and I will get to it. Otherwise, that is it for today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!